Genesis chapter 20, verse 1. Genesis chapter 20, verse 1. Genesis, the 20th chapter and the first verse. Abraham goes to Gerar. Abraham left that place and traveled to the Negev. He settled in the city of Gerar between Kadesh and Shur. While in Gerar, Abraham told people that Sarah was his sister. King Abimelech of Gerar heard this. Abimelech wanted Sarah, so he sent some servants to take her. But one night God spoke to Abimelech in a dream and said, "You will die. The woman you took is married." But Abimelech had not yet slept with Sarah, so he said, "Lord, I'm not guilty. Would you kill an innocent man? Abraham himself told me this woman is my sister, and she also said this man is my brother. I'm innocent. I didn't know what I was doing." And God said to Abimelech in a dream, "Yes, I know that you're innocent and that you did not know what you were doing. I saved you. I did not allow you to sin against me. I was the one who did not allow you to sleep with her. So give Abraham his wife again. He is a prophet. He will pray for you and you will live. But if you don't give Sarah back to him, I promise that you will die and all your family will die with you." So very early the next morning, Abimelech called his servants and told them about the dream. The servants were very afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, "Why have you done this to us? What wrong did I do to you? Why did you lie and say that she was your sister? You brought great trouble to my kingdom. You should not have done this to me. What were you afraid of? What did you do this to me? Or why did you do this to me?" Then Abraham said, "I thought no one in this place respected God. I thought someone would kill me to get Sarah. She is my wife, but she is also my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. God led me away from my father's house. He led me to wander to many different places. When that happened, I told Sarah, 'Do something for me. Wherever we go, tell people you are my sister.' So Abimelech gave Sarah back to Abraham. Abimelech also gave Abraham some sheep, cattle, and slaves. And Abimelech said, 'Look all around you. This is my land. You may live in any place you want.' Abimelech said to Sarah, 'I gave your brother Abraham 1,000 pieces of silver. I did this to show that I'm very sorry. I want everyone to see that I did the right thing.' The Lord made all the women in Abimelech's family not able to have children. God did this because Abimelech had taken Sarah, Abraham's wife. But Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, his wife, and his servant girls." Genesis 21. Finally, a baby for Sarah. The Lord came back to visit Sarah as he said he would, and he kept his promise to her. At exactly the time God said it would happen, Sarah became pregnant and gave birth to a son for Abraham in his old age. Abraham named his son Isaac. Abraham did what God commanded and circumcised Isaac when he was 8 days old. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born. Sarah said, "God has made me happy, and everyone who hears about this will be happy with me." No one thought that I, Sarah, would be able to have Abraham's child, but I've given Abraham a son, even though he is old. Trouble at home. Isaac continued to grow, and as soon as he was old enough to begin eating solid food, so Abraham gave a big party. Sarah saw Hagar's son playing. Hagar was the Egyptian slave woman who gave birth to Abraham's first son. Sarah said to Abraham, "Get rid of that slave woman and her son. Send them away. When we die, our son Isaac will get everything we have. I don't want that slave woman's son sharing these things with my son Isaac." This upset Abraham very much. He was worried about his son Ishmael. But God said to Abraham, "Don't worry about the boy and the slave woman. Do what Sarah wants. Your descendants will be those who come through Isaac. But I will also bless the son of your slave woman. He is your son, so I'll make a great nation from his family also." Early the next morning, Abraham took some food and water and gave them to Hagar. She carried them and left with her boy. She left that place and wandered in the desert of Beersheba. After some time, when all the drinking water was gone, Hagar put her son under a bush. Then she walked a short distance away and sat down. She thought her son would die because there was no water. She did not want to watch him die. She sat there and began to cry. God heard the boy crying, and God's angel called to Hagar from heaven. He said, "What is wrong, Hagar? Don't be afraid. God has heard the boy crying there. Go help the boy. Hold his hand and lead him. I will make him the father of many people." Then God allowed Hagar to see a well of water. So she went to the well and filled her bag with water. Then she gave water to the boy to drink. God continued to be with the boy while he grew up. Ishmael lived in the desert and became a hunter. He learned to shoot a bow very well. His mother found a wife for him in Egypt. They continued to live in the Paran desert. Abraham's bargain with Abimelech. Then Abimelech and Phicol spoke with Abraham. Phicol was the commander of Abimelech's army. They said to Abraham, "God is with you in everything you do. So make a promise to me here before God. Promise that you will be fair with me and with my children. Promise that you will be kind to me in this country where you've lived. Promise that you will be as kind to me as I have been to you." And Abraham said, "I promise to treat you the same way you've treated me." Then Abraham complained to Abimelech because Abimelech's servant had captured a well of water. But Abimelech said, I don't know who did this. You never told me about this before today. So Abraham and Abimelech made an agreement. Abraham gave Abimelech some sheep and cattle as proof of the agreement. Abraham also put 7 female lambs in front of Abimelech. Abimelech asked Abraham, why do you put these 7 female lambs by themselves? Abraham said, when you accept these lambs from me, it will be proof that I dug this well. So after that, the well was called Beersheba. Abraham gave the well this name because it was the place where they made a promise to each other, rather. So Abraham and Abimelech made an agreement at Beersheba. Then Abimelech and Phicol, his military commander, went back to the country of the Philistines. Abraham planted a special tree at Beersheba and prayed to the Lord, the God who lives forever. And Abraham lived as a stranger for a long time in the country of the Philistines. Genesis 22, Abraham, kill your son. After these things, God decided to test Abraham's faith. God said to him, Abraham? And he said, yes. Then God said, take your son to the land of Moriah and kill your son there as a sacrifice for me. This must be Isaac, your only son, the one you love. Use him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains there, and I will tell you which mountain. In the morning, Abraham got up and saddled his donkey. He took Isaac and 2 servants with him. He cut the wood for the sacrifice. Then they went to the place where God told them to go. After they traveled 3 days, Abraham looked up, and in the distance he saw the place where they were going. Then he said to his servant, stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go to that place and worship. Then we'll come back to you later. Abraham took the wood for the sacrifice and put it on his son's shoulder. Abraham took the special knife and fire. Then both he and his son went together to the place for worship. Isaac said to his father Abraham, Father? Abraham answered, yes, son. Isaac said, I see the wood and the fire, but where's the lamb we will burn as a sacrifice? Abraham answered, God himself is providing the lamb for the sacrifice, my son. So both Abraham and his son went together to that place. When they came to the place where God told them to go, Abraham built an altar. He carefully laid the wood on the altar. Then he tied up his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Then Abraham reached for his knife to kill his son. But the angel of the Lord stopped him. The angel called from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. Abraham answered, yes. I bet Sarah thought that, man was crazy. The angel said, don't kill your son or hurt him in any way. Now I can see that you do respect and obey God. I see that you're ready to kill your son, your only son, for me. Then Abraham noticed a ram whose horns were caught in a bush. So Abraham went and took the ram. He offered it instead of his son as a sacrifice to God. So Abraham gave that place a name, the Lord provides. Even today, people say on the mountain of the Lord, he will give us what we need. The angel of the Lord called to Abraham from heaven a second time. The angel said, you were ready to kill your only son for me. Since you did this for me, I make you this promise. I, the Lord, promise that I will surely bless you and give you as many descendants as the stars in the sky. There will be as many people as the sand on the seashore, and your people will live in cities, and they will take from their enemies. Every nation on earth will be blessed through your descendants. I will do this because you obeyed me. Then Abraham went back to his servants. They all traveled back to Beersheba, and Abraham stayed there. After all these things happened, a message was sent to Abraham. It said, your brother Nahor and his wife Milcah have children now. The first son is Uz, the second is Buz. The third son is Kemuel, the father of Aram. Then there are Kesed, Hazel, Pedal, Jidlah, and Bethuel. Bethuel was the father of Rebekah. Milcah was the mother of these 8 sons, and Nahor was the father. Nahor was Abraham's brother. Also, Nahor had 4 other sons from his slave woman, Remuah. The sons were Teba, Gehum, Tahash, and Makkah. The book of Genesis, chapter 23. Sarah dies. Sarah lived to be 127 years old. She died in the city of Kiriath Arba, or Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Abraham was very sad and cried for her there. Then he left his dead wife and went to talk to the Hittites. He said, I'm only a foreigner staying in your country. I have no place to bury my wife. Please give me some land so that I can bury her. The Hittites answered Abraham, sir, you're a great leader among us. You can have the best place we have to bury your dead. You can have any of our burying places that you want. None of us will stop you from burying your wife there. Abraham got up and bowed to the people. He said to them, if you really want to help me bury my dead wife, speak to Ephron, the son of Zohar, for me. I would like to buy the cave of Machpelah, which belongs to Ephron. It is in the end of his field. I will pay him the full price. I want all of you to be witnesses that I'm buying it as a burial place. Ephron was sitting there among the people. He answered Abraham, no, sir. Here in front of my people, I give you that land and the cave on it so that you can bury your wife. Abraham bowed before the Hittites. He said to Ephron before all the people, but I want to give you the full price for the field. Accept my money and I will bury my dead. Ephron answered Abraham, sir, listen to me. 10 pounds of silver means nothing to you or me. Take the land and bury your dead wife. Abraham understood that Ephron was telling him the price of the land, so Abraham paid him for the land. He weighed out 10 pounds of silver for Ephron and gave it to the merchant. So the field of Ephron changed owners. The field was in Machpelah near Mamre. Abraham became the owner of the field, the cave in it, and all the trees in the field. Everyone in the city saw the agreement between Ephron and Abraham. After this, Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave of that field near Mamre, or Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Abraham bought the field, and the cave in it from the Hittites. So this became his property to be used as a burial place. This is the word of the Lord. Please place that in the comment section and follow, like, share, and